Hello, this will be a review of our summer grade level meetings that we did in late July and early August, dealing with graduation requirements and Hope Scholarship. And we will just get started right now. We want to start with a slide that shows what is required to graduate from Ridgeland High School. Graduation requirements are 4 credits each in math, English, science, and social studies, 1 credit in health and personal fitness, 3 credits in a career cluster pathway, 6 additional electives, which makes a total of 26. On a normal schedule that students have over the 4 years, they can accumulate 32 credits. So out of the 32 credits, they need 26 to graduate. If you're in the Honors Academy, you have a potential of 28 credits doing your regular Honors Academy schedule, still requiring 26 to graduate. Again, graduation requirements are 4 credits each in the following core subject areas: math, English, science, and social studies. The math sequence for current 9th, 10th, and 11th graders would be coordinate algebra. 10th graders would be analytic geometry. 11th grade, advanced algebra, and 12th grade, they do have a math option, sometimes math for decision making, sometimes math for pre-calculus. In English, it's fairly simple as well. 9th grade is English 1, progresses English 2, 3, and 4. Science. Just recently we've changed the order of our science, but the 9th grade now is physical science, 10th grade is biology, 11th grade would be chemistry. For some of our juniors, they're taking physical science this year because they did environmental science in the 9th grade, and then 12th grade would be biology too, or maybe one of our other science courses such as meteorology, earth systems, or plant science. In social studies, we begin with American government. 10th grade is world history, 11th grade is U.S. history, and 12th grade is economics. Health and personal fitness is required for graduation. Must receive 1 full credit in health and personal fitness. The time in that class is divided equally between physical activity in the gym or track or field, and then half the time maybe in the classroom, talking about nutrition and healthy habits. The way that you can get out of health and personal fitness, if that's not your choice, you can take at least 3 credits of our junior ROTC program. So 3 credits of ROTC, that's 3 full semesters at a passing level, would satisfy the requirement for the credit in health and personal fitness. Again, graduation requirements in a pathway, or what we're calling a career cluster, are 3 credits plus 3 additional elective credits. What is a pathway? A student must successfully complete 3 credits in a pathway or career cluster, which is a concentration of similar and sequential courses primarily in the career, technical, agricultural, education areas, but also includes ROTC, performing and visual arts, foreign language, journalism, and a new pathway called Rigor. This is a quick snapshot of our pathways at Ridgeland High School. I'll give you a chance to look at those. I'll go through those individually in just a second, not explaining much about them. There's just too many, but you can see there's pretty much something for everybody. Plant science, horticulture, ag mechanics, drawing and design, broadcast video, graphic design, marketing and management, early childhood education, nursing, medical, journalism, ROTC, band and chorus, foreign language. If you do take 3 credits in 1 foreign language, that would give you a pathway in foreign language, visual art. Now, here's a warning. A lot of our students will take more than health and personal fitness. They might take weight training if they're in a sport. They might do advanced personal fitness or physical fitness, advanced PE, but that does not constitute a pathway. There is not at this time a pathway in health and personal fitness, so they may continue to take those as part of those 6 additional electives that they need, but this does not constitute a pathway. Grade progression. How do you move from class to class? As our incoming students from middle school know, that 0 to 5 credits is the freshman class. Once you receive 6 credits, you're considered to be a sophomore, 12 credits a junior, 18 credits a senior, and then we move on to graduation with 26 credits. You can see that they can pass 6 of 8 classes and move from grade level to grade level, but that puts a lot of pressure on the students their senior year to be sure and pass everything that they need to. So even though they can move on with just the minimum 6 credits per year, they need 26 to graduate, and they would need 8 credits their senior year. So we hope they do a little bit better than 6 per year. Sample 9th grade schedule is pretty simple. First semester, they might do government, have an elective or pathway class. They would do algebra with algebra support all year long, and health and personal fitness. Second semester, they would pick up a science, English, and one more elective class. 10th grade, we combine our world history and English 2 classes for all year. So at the end of the year, if they do well, they would get credits each in first period, 2 credits, 1 for world history, 1 for English 2. They would do maybe a biology class, geometry. Again, that's an all-year class, geometry with support, like our coordinate algebra, and then more electives that they have. 11th grade, we also pair our social studies and English classes with U.S. history and English 3. The advanced algebra is now does not come with support. Physical science, if that's the ones that are taking it now. Later on, for our current 9th graders, they would take something else because, again, they're taking physical science in the 9th grade. Our junior year is when we add foreign language. They can do one semester, one the next, and then they still have room for more electives. And senior year, if they've done everything they needed to, that gives them a lot of opportunity to maybe do work-based learning to leave. We do have a class for credit called peer facilitation, which is a teacher aid, and they might be able to do that. They could also take the 3rd year of the foreign language. And just a little bit different way to look at that 4-year sequence. Not much that I need to say about that, but we just add the appropriate classes in each year. There are a couple of additional requirements besides or in addition to the core classes and the credits. The students are still required to take and pass a Georgia High School writing test. They must pass this, as I say, to graduate. This is first administered during the student's junior year, and they would have another additional 3 or possibly 4 times to take this. So they have several opportunities, but they must pass this to graduate. We're entering into, for the 2014-15 school year, a different organization, a different company that is administering our end-of-course test. It's now McGraw-Hill. It's called our Georgia Milestone Assessment Program, but the courses in which an end-of-course test are administered are still the same. It's the math, it's coordinate algebra, and analytic geometry. In English Language Arts, it's our first and 3rd year English classes, English 1 and English 3. In science, it's biology and physical science. And in social studies, it's U.S. history and economics. These tests count 20% of the final grade in that course. The student must take the test to receive credit in the course, but the emphasis here is they're not required to pass the test. to graduate from high school, they must take the test, and it counts 20% of that course, and they do need to pass the course. In the 9th grade, currently, our students would probably take at the end of the year or end of the semester, they would take physical science, English, or coordinate algebra. In the 10th grade, biology and analytic geometry. 11th grade, English 3, U.S. history, and depending on what grade they're in and when they took that, physical science possibly, and 12th grade, economics. To change gears a little bit, the Hope Scholarship, for those of you who are planning to for your son or daughter to attend college in Georgia and you want to know what is the Hope Scholarship, they were required to have a 3.0 GPA, that's out of a four-point scale, calculated by the Georgia Student Finance Commission, and they must have that grade point average in core curriculum courses. In addition to that, some of their classes must be considered rigor. This is a fairly new addition to the Hope Scholarship. For the class of 2015, in addition to having a 3.0 grade point average in their core classes, 2 of those classes must be considered rigor. In class of 2016, they add a course, so there's 3 total. And for the class of 2017 and after, there are 4 classes that need to be considered rigor. And if they receive that, they would get approximately 90% of their tuition covered by by the Georgia Student Finance Commission and the Hope Scholarship, 90% for a public college in Georgia. The Zell Miller has some additional requirements. Now the grade point average goes from 3 to 3.7, valedictorian or salutatorian, and a 26, minimum of 26, or 1200 combined SAT. So if they do that, they don't have to do both, but 26 on the ACT or 1200 on the SAT. Rigor requirements are same as the Hope Scholarship. That award, though, is full tuition to those approved Georgia institutions. Rigor courses are in math, science, AP core classes, and advanced foreign language. Math, it's advanced algebra and pre-calculus. That's our 3rd and 4th levels of math. Science, chemistry, and biology too, same thing, and their 3rd and 4th levels of science. Foreign language, the 2nd and 3rd levels of foreign language are any of the AP, that stands for Advanced Placement, core classes. All of those would be considered rigor. So, in summary, 26 credits are required for graduation with specific course requirements in core areas and health and personal fitness. A completed pathway or career cluster is also required to graduate. Successful completion of the Georgia High School writing test is required, and all students are offered courses that prepare them for college and university admission. For parents who want to find out more about their or keep up with their students' grades, if you go to the Walker County Schools websites, that's walkerschools.org, and go down to the bottom of the page. That's right over here, Power School. And if you click on that, you would find under Power School, you want to go to Power School for Students. And once you click on that link, it should take you to a page like this, and your son or daughter should have already received and brought home information for their login for username and password. There are instructions for parents who have multiple students in Walker Schools where they can set up an Access account and look at all of their children under one login. So that information I think is on the Walker Schools website, maybe even on the Ridgeland website. But you can create an Access account for multiple children or just use the student login, and they would be able to access current grades and email for teachers, attendance, and other information. If you have other information, there is a website or required or request information for Hope Scholarship. One of the best sites that I know of is the GA College 411. You can see up here at the top, gacollege411.org. Take you to this site. You can sign up if you want to, but over here on the right hand side, Hope Scholarship information, Zell Miller Scholarship, and Hope Grant. Our students also have opportunity to do college credit that is not advanced placement but dual enrollment, joint enrollment, move on when ready, and that information can be received by contacting Dr. Patty Skates at the email listed there, pskates@gntc.edu, and a phone number for her. And supervising Dr. Skates is Carol Duggar, and I think she could also give you some information if you have about that. All right, thank you very much. It's been a pleasure providing this information for you.